Hi Leo Vibe Tribe, thank you so much for choosing me to look at today. Welcome to my channel. When you get a chance, why don't you go ahead and like this video because I know you're gonna like it, and subscribe so you can get the rest of the videos or that I post and all this kind of stuff, okay? So this is a Leo reading. This is for the Leo energy wave. It applies for wherever you have Leo in your chart. So obviously if you are sun sign Leo and that's your personality, this video is for you. This also applies for people that have Leo in their ascending. If you have it in your Venus, if you have it in your Mars, wherever you have Leo in your chart, you can take this information and apply it there. Before we get into this reading, I would love to pray just to clear out this energy and just make sure that we're all vibing at tip-top shape, right? So please follow along with me. We ask you, God of all creation, to assign your angels of protection and enlightenment to cover this reading through your Holy Ghost of wisdom. We pray for the truth to Ascension and that this information be guided to those you intend to hear this message for reasons only deemed worthy by you. We ask for you to be with those who seek harm on the Ascending Collective, and may they grow from these ways and learn to ascend themselves. We ask for your divine protection to cover us, our homes, our loved ones, and our abundance. We ask that all blockages that may attempt to sway us from our past be removed before we even know that they exist. As our journey is to strengthen our connection with you as individuals, so that we may see our own light be a reflection of you. We love you deeply, Creator God, and we are so grateful to you in all that you have gifted and all that you will ever gift. Thank you for waking us up for another day in this journey that we call life. Glory be only to you, as we are nothing without you. Amen. So this portion of the reading, we're going to focus on the underlying theme for this month. This is Sagittarius month, okay? Basically, if we're going to be describing our ascending journey and comparing it to a growing flower, this portion would be the dirt that your seed will need to grow from. This dirt symbolizes basically what represents your grounding. So what grounds you this month, okay? Okay, Leo, so right now what we got right now for what grounds you this month is this Five of Swords energy. And basically, there's been an injustice. Now, there's three pieces in this card, if you notice. There's the man, and he has the sword, and this man, he brought all these swords. He brought 5 swords, and he used 3 of them to bring down this leopard. He stabbed this leopard 3 times. There's another position, and it's obviously the leopard who gets stabbed 3 times to death by somebody who seems not to really know when to stop. And the other figure here that I'm noticing is the lion in the background that sees all of this, the king in the jungle. Obviously, Leo, lion, what I'm really resonating a lot with is most of you guys are this lion. There's an injustice that you watched happen. There's an injustice that you saw going on, and it really troubled you. There's something, there's something that really you just do not see as justice. This is the basis of what's going on this month right now. You think that it's unfair, and this could be something even that happens in your territory. If you notice that this man, he's in the jungle, he's not in the village, he's in the jungle. He's in the home of the lion, and he's creating injustice in the lion's home. And so this is basically, this is the grounding piece. This is the piece where something is going to grow out of this. So now we're going to be moving on, and we're going to be going to the center energy. Where the previous card, it represents the dirt in which you grow your plant from, the center energy actually symbolizes the seed that you put in the ground. It's the beginning to something that is to be cultivated from your soil, meaning from your foundations. Wow, Leo, you did not like seeing this injustice. You have the Tower here. This seed that you are planting is destroying toxic structures. So if we go back to this Five of Swords energy, when we were talking about your foundations, you notice that I was really feeling for this Leo energy. That Leo energy was really that lion in the background that watched an injustice happen on their territory. So now with this Tower energy, you are tearing something down. It caused you to tear down something that is very toxic. So something is just coming down. If it's something that's with work, then you know what? You could have left your job to go work somewhere else. You know, that's very probable. You could have left a negative, toxic living situation. You know, whatever the situation is, you are leaving it, you're tearing it down, and you're not having any mercy because you witnessed this injustice, and it was really bad, and it really affected you, and you did not like seeing what you saw. And so now it's kind of like you're in the energy of this seed that you're planting for this Sagittarius season is you are not going to accept it in your life anymore. Whatever this injustice is, you're taking it down. So this is a flashback into Scorpio season. Here we're going to look at what happened during that time, and basically we're going to take a look at the last plant that you grew in Scorpio season, and we're going to evaluate what was accomplished by focusing on the point of achievement that applies for this month. So the biggest thing that happened for Scorpio season, and if you notice in the card, once again it's a lion in there with this child. So it's almost like you know what, whatever injustice that you saw, this could be somebody that you might have grown up with, or somebody that you may have a child with. There's something with children being involved or childhood being involved, because if you notice in this card, we have a little boy and then we have a lion cub, and in the Five of Swords, it's like the little boy had grown up and is an adult, and the lion had grown up too and is now an adult. So this may be somebody, this is somebody that you had a good connection with, a childlike connection with, like a really strong bond with them. And it's something that, you know, yeah, this is talking about a relationship of some kind. Maybe, you know, somebody that, it could even be like, as far as this particular, it could be somebody that, you know, you live with, somebody that you're close to, very close to. It's a very close bond, but it's kind of a trauma bond too, because if you notice, the little boy and the lion, they kind of are eating scraps. You know, there's not much there. I mean, like, you know, there's not a lot of meat, there's not a lot of food or anything like that. Like, food may be something that is low at this time, that might be specific to some people, but, or some sort of nourishment of some kind. There's some sort of nourishment that there's not a lot of in Scorpio season. But it's like, you know, you and this person got through it, but it wasn't a lot to be had here. So it's somebody that you struggled with, you know what I mean? And it's somebody that you might have struggled with when you were young. I'm really feeling children here. I'm really feeling children or childhood on a strong base here. But this Four of Cups in Scorpio, uh, or it could be a bond that was made off of struggle. But there's some sort of, what this is saying is, it's talking about a bond, the foundations of an emotional bond that you have with somebody. So now we're going to move on, and we're going to go to the beginning of Sagittarius season. We're going to focus on your seeds beginning growth. And this is the start of this journey, and it represents the seed's first peek out of the ground. So we've got this Page of Pentacles energy, which is very interesting. There's something that you're starting, there's something that you're starting, school, business, maybe trying to have a baby. There's something that you're starting that requires you to study, and it requires you to be on your A game. That's what this Page of Pentacles is. The Page of Pentacles is a student, is an apprentice, is a scholar, in the beginning stages of something, the very beginning, a novice level. It's a beautiful time because it's like it's the brand new beginning of a new pathway that you haven't been on before, and that's beautiful energy, and that's where you're going to be. That's really where you're going to be at the beginning of Sagittarius season. You're really going to be on a type of grind. You're really going to be on the upward moving up somewhere in your life, and you're going to be taking those first steps at that time. So this part of the reading, we're going to be talking about the middle of Sag season. So that's going to be this is going to take place in, about 2 weeks into Sagittarius season. In this part of the reading, we're going to focus on your plant's maturity. This is when we get into the thick of what's going on this month. So this is when all these pieces that we talked about in the past, they're about to come together, okay? And so now we have this Seven of Wands energy, and Seven of Wands energy is a card about being defensive. You have these wands, you have these accomplishments, you have these things that you're working on, you have something to protect, you have something to live for. And if you notice that this child is looking at this, what it looks like, it could be like death, or it could be, like a dark figure, a low vibrational figure. And he's sticking his tongue out because he's like, nah, 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 boo-boo, you can't touch me, And that's kind of the energy that you're going to be in the middle of Sagittarius season. You're going to be very defensive over what you're doing. You're going to be defensive over what you're building. I do see an energy kind of looming over that the Leo energy wave is going to have to be dealing with protecting their goal, basically. And that goal being this new path from those that may intentionally interfere in trying to trip you up. And so now when we take this, and now we talked about this whole child, this friendship in Scorpio season. Now it might have been something that was developed in Scorpio season, but one thing or it could be an older connection. And I do feel like for a lot of you, it is an older connection, something that stems from your childhood. But what is true, whether it is or not, what is true is this is a connection based off a trauma bond. And it's like this person does something that you would never think that they would do. And it shows that you actually don't really know this person. So now you're in the defense. You're in the defensive mode with this person because you already know that this person is going to, this energy, whatever it may be, is going to try and trip you up intentionally. And so you already have this, and you already have a feeling like, okay, I need to protect this future of mine. I need to protect my future. And that's what puts you into the Seven of Wands energy. So now we're going to be concluding this reading by going over what's going to happen at the end of Sagittarius season. And at this point, your plant has completed its process of growing into an adult. So this part of the reading signifies what your growth has given you for this season. So what's beautiful and what's really, really nice is it looks like you quickly get to this Nine of Pentacles energy, which is nice. Nine of Pentacles is all about stability. It's all about independence. There's something in it, and it's a harvest. It's a big harvest card. So there's some sort of course, we're in harvest season. Sagittarius is the last sign in the harvest season before we get to the winter season. And basically at the end, you are going to be reaping some sort of harvest. This could be some sort of finances, money. I'm really, really digging on the, for a lot of you, it's the money part or resources of some kind, but things really, really come through for you. And the biggest thing of why things come through for you is you are able to combat this negative energy that's around you. This energy, this, like, what I'm feeling is a wolf in sheep's clothing almost, except they weren't really in sheep's clothing, they were always a wolf. But I don't think that you realize that they was a wolf. They were a rabid wolf, or a wolf that had rabies or something. Something was extra. You know what I mean? Something was extra about this wolf, and you were like, look, I'm not really trying to, I'm not trying to get that deep into stuff. You know what I mean? I'm not trying to go all the way left into the dark side. You know what I mean? I just went through some stuff. That's it. And so now I'm, gotta move on. But once you get rid of this, it's gonna be into this. You're gonna be coming into this Nine of Pentacles energy, which is beautiful because you're gonna be very stable. It's almost like there's an instant reward for what's going on. Okay, you get rid of this negative energy, and there's like an instant reward for letting it go, having good discernment, and focusing on your own path, and focusing on your own money, and focusing on your own career, and focusing on your own home, and on your own life, and on your own family, and all this kind of stuff. It's a huge reward. So that's basically what happens at the end of Sagittarius season. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for choosing to watch this video today. I hope this video helped guide you in the right direction in your life. And if you enjoyed this reading, please don't hesitate to hit that like button. And if you have a comment to share with this growing vibe tribe, feel free to leave it in the comment section below. If you have Facebook, Instagram, and or TikTok, please subscribe to all the other social media platforms that we have. As well as don't forget to subscribe to our website's newsletter. This is going to keep you updated in the know when we have classes, new products on the market, and we'll let you know when we have free giveaways. Please remember that I do not offer personal readings on any platform except for my website when the list is open. Don't get scammed, let them scram. Donations are also always accepted at your discretion via Cash App, PayPal, and YouTube. Please donate if you feel inclined, and if you can without putting yourself in a rut. Many thanks to those that do, and for those that can't, a perfect substitute is to watch our content, subscribe to our channels, and leave comments. Thank you again, and please keep up on your daily praying to God, keeping your energy focused on your ascension, being your awesome self, and loving yourself, and in return, spreading love. All of these things make you a part of this vibe tribe. Thanks for staying on the line. Here are a few extra cards that fell out for your reading and what they mean. So this last card with this bonus card, a little bit of extra information is we have the Six of Pentacles. Okay, love, look. Leo energy loves to give. They love to give happiness. They love to give what they have. They love to give freely. Leos tend to be, especially balanced Leos and Leos that are in their element, Leos tend to love to give. They tend to like to make people happy. Think about that sun energy, right? That sun energy the sun likes to warm people up and likes to give life. It likes to be a part of things growing, like plants, people, animals. The sun loves to make people smile. What the Six of Pentacles talks about is it's a give or intake card. Spirit really wants you to be thinking about what you give and what you take. What you give, are you in main thing here is, are you giving the right way? Are you giving enough to yourself? Right? That's the one thing. Are you giving enough to yourself? And when you give to others, are you giving, like, is that the right thing to do? Intuitively. Spirit really wants you to connect what you give to your intuition so that you can intuitively make that decision. Some people you don't need to give to. Some people you do. But just be mindful that sometimes, you are over giving and people will just take. Okay? People will just take. Now, for some of you, maybe you're taking too much and you're not giving enough. But Spirit's really wanting you to be mindful about this balance. You need to be giving to situations and connections that give back to you. Okay? And that's a big thing here. Okay? Thank you so much, and I will see you next time.